One of the sine qua nons of this chamber is to have a majority and minority. This is inherent in our democratic design. But the notion that this House should be defined by the clashing interests of the administration and the opposition is simply misguided. It betrays our indifference to our true meaning of our representations. We are all representatives of the people, more than agents of political parties or party list groups. Mr. Speaker, my esteemed colleagues, this notion will define this august body, and this definition will characterize the minority. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you, Minority Leader. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I ask that we recognize the Honorable Franz Castro of ACT Teachers Party List to take her turn to speak against the measure. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Congresswoman Franz Castro is now recognized.
Maraming salamat, Ginoong Speaker. Muli, magandang gabi po sa ating lahat, sa mga kapwa ko kinatawan. Magtatatlong taon na ang lumipas mula na nagkasakit ang unang Pilipino sa COVID. Sinalanta ng pandemya ang mga Pilipino at pumatong pa ang mga kabi-kabilang krisis sa ating bansa. Sa gitna ng pandemya at krisis na ito, nagpasa ang Kongreso at Ehekutibo ng dalawang General Appropriations Act. Kahit na ang proposal ay nakitaan ng mga lumang kahinaan at kawalan ng interes para sa mamamayan. Noong nakarang taon, halimbawa, sinabi ng Blokeng Makabayan, hindi sapat ang budget na ito na hitik ng pondo ng pasismo at pagkapit sa pwesto. Isang budget na isinasakripisyo ang pagtugon sa pandemya at pagbibigay serbisyo sa mamamayan. Ginigiit na Makabayan gaya ng ginigiit nila kada taon, ilipat sa edukasyon, kalusugan, karapatan at iba pang pakinabang ng mamamayan ang bilyones na nilalagay sa pork, panunupil at mga programang kinabibilangan ng iilan lamang. Ang pagpasa sa mga taunang budget na manhid sa maigting na pangangailangan ng taong bayan ay isa sa mga dahilan kung bakit mabigat pa rin ang tama sa atin ng COVID. Kung bakit umabot ang bansa sa historical high ng kahirapan, gutom, kawalang seguridad sa pagkain at inflasyon. Ngayon, nais ng na-administrasyon na palampasin natin ang 5.268 trilyon na panukalang 2023 national budget na kung tutuusin, Mr. Speaker, ang nais ng apruba sa atin ay ang otorisasyon ng gumastos ng 5.856 trilyon dahil kasama na po dito yung 588.2 billion and program appropriations na napag-alaman nating laging nagagastos naman sa mga nakaraang taon. Mr. Speaker, lumabas sa nakaraang mga linggo na nakapaloob sa napakalaking budget na ito ang pangkahalatang prinsipyo ng pagsasaisang tabi sa mga kagyat na pangangailangan ng mamamayan at pagbangon mula sa pandemya para makamit ang fiscal targets at para sa pasismo at korupsyon. Sa sunod na taon, gipit ang budget na ito para sa mga maralita, magsasaka, mangingisda at maliliit na negosyo habang ang buwis ng taong bayan ay napupunta sa negosyo at dayuhan. Tinatayang umabot sa 19.99 milyon ng mga Pilipinong napipilitang mabuhay sa 12,030 kada buwan lamang sa pamilyang may 5 miyembro. Tumaas ang subsistence incidence o mga Pilipinong dapat ang kinikita para kahit man lang sa pagkain, samantalang kahit sa konserbatibong tantos ng gobyerno nakapanlulumo ang datos. 2.6 million ang walang trabaho at 6.4% na ang inflation rate. Pinakamataas sa 4 na taon. Ganito katindi ang kahirapan ng mga kababayan natin, subalit napakaliit ng espasyo nila sa 2023 budget. Ang mga sektor na pinakamalaki ang contribution sa ekonomiya, ang pinakamatindi ang pangangailangan sa pondong suporta, ay bibigyan lamang ng pondong di pa aabot sa katumbas ng 1% ng GDP. Bibigyan ng agrikultura halimbawa ng 184.11 billion o 0.75% ng GDP. Ang mga serbisyong panlipunan gaya ng kalusugan at edukasyon ay bibigyan ng 1.37% o 3.59% ng GDP. Napakalayo nito, Mr. Speaker, sa international standards. Binabandera ang paglaki ng kabuuang budget para sa kalusugan, edukasyon, social protection at agrikultura, ngunit gaya na makikita sa agrikultura, ang pagtaas ng pondo ay nasa balangkas ng liberalisasyon at nakatali sa mga kondisyong mabigat para sa mga magsasaka, gaya ng pagpapaloob sa RSBA at pagpalo sa $80 ng Dubai crude para sa fertilizer, discount at fuel assistance sa farmers and fisher folk. Samantala, pati sa irigasyon ay nakapaloob sa Build Better More. At sa katunayan, kinaltasan ng 118.81 million ang pondo para sa small-scale irrigation projects. Pautang ang handog sa mga magsasaka imbis na 15,000 production subsidy at parselisasyon ng titulo sa harap ng kawalan ng suportang agraryo. Ang mga programa ng DTI na inaasahan ng mga lokal na industriya at ng mga MSME ay kinaltasan ng mahigit na 54.5 billion. Samantalang sila ang nagbibigay ng higit na 62% ng kabuuang empleyo sa bansa. Sila rin ang mga business na tinamaan ng mabigat na pandemya at nangangailangan ng suporta para sa kanilang pagbangon. Sa parito, yung walang inilaan para sa Social Amelioration Program o ayuda para sa mga pamilyang nangangailangan. May ilusyong full recovery na ang administrasyon gaya ng ginigiit ng pangunahing economic manager nito at waste of public funds daw ang pagbibigay ng ayuda. Kinaltasan pa ang halos 20 billion pesos ang protective services for individual families in difficult circumstances o ang tinatawag nating AICS. At ng 170 million ang DOLE, Adjustment Measures Program, na programang cash grant para sa mga manggagawang nawala ng trabaho. Wala pa ring inilaang pondo para sa wage subsidy sa mga maliliit na negosyo na napuruhan sa kasagsagan ng pandemya at ngayon pilit na bumabangon pa rin. Kakarampot ang pondong pang-fuel subsidy para sa PUB drivers and small operators. Wala ring programa para sa libreng sakay. Tinapyasan din ang mahalagang programang inaasahan ng mga mamamayan para sa abot kaya, kundi man libreng mga serbisyong panlipunan. Ang sektor ng mga bayaning manggagawang pangkalusugan ay patuloy na gigipitin sa harap ng buhay at kamatayan nilang sakripisyo. Hinaltasan ang budget para sa operasyon ng mga ospital. 44.58 million ang pinakamalaking cut. Mga benepisyo ng mga health workers at mga programang tutugon sa hindi lang pandemya, pati sa iba pang mga sakit gaya ng prevention and control of communicable diseases na tatapyasan ng 4.17 billion. Ang pangakong pagpapalakas ng health system ng mga rehiyon, mapapako agad sa pagtapyas ng 89% hanggang halos 99% sa mga budget ng mga regional centers for health and development. Iaasa ang probisyon ng serbisyong pangkalusugan ng buong bansa sa PhilHealth. Ang corruption-ridden at profit-driven na korporasyong kokopo sa 1/3 na budget ng DOH. Halos 65% ang laki ng pondo nito sa budget ng lahat ng mga DOH hospitals. At halos 2,000% ng budget ng 4 na GOCC hospitals. Para sa basic education, Ginoong Speaker, walang substantial na salary increase ang mga guro at kawani na tinapyasan ng higit na 3 bilyong ang mga pondo para sa benepisyo at susing programa ng DepEd. Kabilang yaong mga inaasahan ng mga guro at education sector personnel, pati yung mga programang magbibigay sana ng mga kritikal na kagamitan at pasilidad para sa pagbabalik sa harapang klase. Samantalang pinakitid ang suporta ng public school, pinalawig naman ang privatisasyon sa senior high school. Sa tertiary education naman, higit na 11 billion ang cuts ng SUC at pondo para sa implementasyon ng libreng Speaker, at kapwa ko kinatuan, maling prioridad at masahol pa ang prioridad para sa utang, panunupil at ganansya ng iilan. Alinsunod sa fiscal targets di umano, isa sa pinakamalaking paglalaanan ng budget ang pambayad utang. Mula sa 1.26 trilyon, naging 1.6 trilyon ang kabuang debt servicing o bayad sa principal at interest. At habang hindi tinutugunan ang kagutuman at kahirapan, pinagpapatuloy lamang ng administrasyon ang madugong legasiyang sinimulan ng Duterte administration. Mga programang para sa gera at panunupil, lalo pa ngang pinataba ang defense sector kabilang ang pondong panggera ng AFP at modernization program nito, pondong pang red tagging at general sport ng Barangay Development Program at pondong pang tokhang. Higit sa lahat, magsusubi ang presidente mismo at vice-presidente ng ilang opisyal ng tabing national security ng malalaking confidential intelligence funds na nasa kanilang kontrol at hindi lubusang masisilip ng mga auditor ng COA at publiko. Ginoong Speaker, totoo ang sinasabi ng Pangulo nang hinapag niya ang kauna-unahang budget proposal. Ang katatagan ng Pilipino ay beyond resilience. Walang question. Ilang beses na pinatunayan ng Pilipino na kaya niyang uminda ng krisis na tumayo mula sa pagkakalugmok. Ngunit hindi dapat i-glorify at i-romanticize ang paghihirap ng mamamayan. Hindi immortal ang mga magsasaka, mangingisda at manggagawa at mga maralita para asahan siyang kayanin nilang mabuhay kahit walang ayuda. Hindi kalabaw o robot ang mga guro at iba pang mga kawani sa pamahalaan para ipilit at ipabalikat sa kanila ang samot-saring shortages sa mga paaralan at institusyon ng pamahalaan. Bukod sa sweldong hindi nakabubuhay. Ginoong Speaker, sila ay pinanggagalingan ng trilyong-trilyong pisong buwis. Mga pondong dapat ay sinasaayos natin ngayon para sa kapakanan nila, hindi sa pambayad utang, panunupil at ganansya ng iilan. Ang bawat sentimong budget cut, bawat pisong kailangan ngunit pinagkait sa mga ahensya ay katumbas ng bigat sa ating mga mamamayan. Bawat taon na pinalalampas natin sa Kongreso ang pambansang budget na hindi tumutugon sa mga pangangailangan at interes ng sambayanan, katumbas ng pagpapabaya at panggigipit sa kanila. Kung tais ng administrasyong ito na maging tunay na pinapangako nitong agenda for prosperity, to leave no Filipino behind, at kung nais ng Kongreso na maging tunay na kanyang mandato bilang mahihawak ng power of the purse, dapat ay pakinggan ng kapulungang ito ang panukalang amyenda ng bloke ng makabayan at buong minority bloc. Una, maglaan ng sapat na pondo para sa mga programang nagbibigay ng direktang serbisyo sa mamamayan gaya ng kalusugan, edukasyon, pabahay at iba pa. Bigyan din natin ng agarang atensyon ang mga naghihingalong sektor ng agrikultura at industriya. Ikalawa, kaakibat dito ang pagbibigay ng kagyat na ayuda para sa mga gagawa, magsasaka, mangingisda at mga individual at sektor na hindi pa nakakabangon mula sa COVID-19 at lockdowns, kabilang na yung mga driver, ang mga maliliit na operator ng PUVs at ng mga MSMEs, mga estudyante at iba pa. Ikatlo, lagyan ng sapat na pondo ang mga ahensya para sa regularisasyon ng libu-libong government employees at mabigyan ng karampatang benepisyo ang mga kawani. Ikaapat, para mapondohan ang mga pangangailangan ito ng mga mamamayan, dapat i-realign ang 9.282 billion confidential and intelligence funds, particular sa Office of the President, OBP at iba pang mga military defense and security agencies, pati na rin yung mga hinahawakang pondo ng NTF-ELCAC. Idagdag na dito yung maanumalyang 10 billion general sport sa BDP. 6.2 billion DND-DPWH tatag infrastruktura para sa kapayapaan at seguridad at 3.2 billion subsidy para sa Infrastructure Development Program ng Bases Conversion and Development Authority. Kung gagawin lamang ito, magkakaroon tayo ng 28.682 billion para sa mga programa at proyektong may direktang pakinabang ang mga mamamayan. Kalima, i-realign din dapat ang ambisyosong Build Better More, ang infrastructure program na pinalobo hanggang 1.196 trillion. Bagamat ito'y napatunayang nagbigay lamang ng panandaliang trabaho habang hinihigop ang pondo ng bayan para sa ganansya ng ilang malalaking kontraktor at korporasyon. Ika-anim, i-itemize ang lump sum funds gaya ng unprogrammed appropriations, kabilang ang 136.5 billion na SIP-SIP, 362.87 billion na support for foreign assisted projects, 28.87 billion na local government support fund, at ang BDP, Growth Equity Fund at financial assistance to local government units, support to capital outlays and social programs, at 544.109 billion na operations budget ng Department of Public Works and Highway. Sa ganitong paraan, Mr. Speaker, malalaman natin ang mga binabalak na proyekto ng items na ito, kung sino-sino ang mga benepisyaryo at sino-sino ang mga opisyal na responsable sa paggastos. Ginoong Speaker, pakinggan natin ang mga amyendang ito na formal na isinusumiti ng bloke ng Makabayan at maging tapat tayo sa interes ng ating kinakatawan, lalong-lalo na po sa lumalawak na naghihirap na aping sektor ng ating lipunan. Yun lang po, Ginoong Speaker. Marami pong salamat.
Thank you, Honorable Franz Castro. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we close the period of sponsorship and debate of House Bill number 4488, otherwise known as the Fiscal Year 2023 General Appropriations Bill. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The period of sponsorship and debate is closed for the House Bill number 4488. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we suspend consideration of House Bill number 4488. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? There is none. Motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we take up the additional reference of business and that the Secretary General be directed to read the titles of the bills for first reading and the resolutions as well. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair is none. The Secretary General is now directed to read the title of the bills.
The additional reference of business, bills on first reading. House Bill 5156, providing for a revised national apprenticeship program by Representative Luis Tro.
To the Committee on Local Labor and Employment.
House Bill 5157, providing protection to consumers and merchants engaged in internet transactions, creating the Electronic Commerce Bureau by
Committee on-
Representative Luis Tro.
Committee on Trade and Industry.
House Bill 5158, establishing green evacuation centers in every city and municipality by Representative Haresco.
Committee on Disasters and Resilience.
House Bill 5159, regulating the use of treatment technology for municipal and hazardous waste by Representative Villafuerte, Luis
Committee,
Raymond.
Committee on Ecology and Committee on Labor, Energy.
House Bill 5160, granting retirement, healthcare, and death benefits to professional Filipino athletes who win world championship titles by Representative Yap Eric.
To the Committee on Youth and Sports Development.
House Bill 5161, granting retirement, healthcare, and death benefits to professional Filipino athletes who win world championship titles by Representatives Duterte, Yap Edvic, and Soriano.
Committee on Youth and Sports Development.
House Bill 5162, establishing a multi-species marine hatchery in Tabina, Zamboanga del Sur by Representative Yu Jesiel and Yu Divina.
Committee on Aquaculture and Fisheries Resources.
House Bill numbers 5163 to 5165, declaring the immediate environs of churches in certain municipalities and city in the province of Cavite a tourism destination by Representatives Revilla Ramonholo and Revilla Bryan.
Committee on Tourism.
House Bill 5166, providing for modernization fund for the National Labor Relations Commission by Representative Romero.
Committee on Labor and Employment.
House Bill 517, creating one additional branch of the RTC in the 10th Judicial Region to be stationed in Maramag, Bukidnon by Representative Subiri.
To Committee on Justice.
House Bill 5176, providing for the automatic suspension of excise taxes on regular gasoline, unleaded premium gasoline and diesel by Representative Villafuerte, Luis Raymond.
Committee on Ways and Means.
House Bill 5177, establishing the National Framework for Water Resource Management and creating the Department of Water Resources and the Water Regulatory Commission by Representative Villafuerte, Luis Raymond.
The Committee on Government Reorganization and the Committee on Public Works and Highways.
House Bill 5178, implementing the people's right to information and the constitutional policies of full public disclosure and honesty in the public service, by Representative Villafuerte Luis Raymond.
Committee on Public Information.
House Bill 5179, implementing the people's responsible right to information and the constitutional policies of full public disclosure and honesty in the public service, by Representative Villafuerte Luis Raymond.
Committee on Public Information.
House Bill 5180, institutionalizing and strengthening public-private partnerships, by Representative Villafuerte Luis Raymond.
Committee on Public Works and Highways.
House Bill 5181, institutionalizing a results-based national evaluation policy, by Representative Villafuerte Luis Raymond.
Committee on Economic Affairs.
House Bill 5182, providing a framework for commuter-centered transportation policy, by Representative Villafuerte Luis Raymond.
The Committee on Transportation.
House Bill 5183, strengthening the Barangay Council for the protection of children in the promotion of the welfare of street children, by Representative Junicio.
The Committee on Welfare of Children.
House Bill 5184, providing burial assistance for unclaimed remains and for indigent decedents, by Representative Junicio.
Committee on Poverty Alleviation.
House Bill 5185, establishing evacuation centers in every city and municipality, by Representative Junicio.
The Committee on Disaster Resilience.
House Bill 5186, amending Section 4 of the Rape Victim Assistance and Protection Act of 1998 by mandating the availability of rape and sexual assault kits in police precincts, by Representative Junicio.
Committee on Women and Gender Equality.
House Bill 5187, ensuring safe drinking water, by Representative Junicio.
Committee on Health.
House Bill 5188, strengthening the barangay daycare system, by Representative Junicio.
Committee on Welfare of Children.
House Bill 5189, exempting educational applications, gadgets, computers, and e-books from VAT for the principal use of teachers and students in online and distant learning, by Representative Junicio.
Committee on Ways and Means.
House Bill 5190, assisting youth athletes by providing programs and incentives for their development, by Representative Junicio.
The Committee on Youth and Sports Development.
House Bill 5191, to encourage volunteerism by protecting volunteers from liability in the performance of volunteer services, by Representative Junicio.
The Committee on People's Participation.
House Bill 5192, providing for a Bill of Rights of commuters, promoting efficient, safe, convenient, accessible, and inclusive public transportation, by Representative Vargas.
The Committee on Transportation.
House Bill 5193, providing free legal assistance to any officers or enlisted personnel of the AFP and the PNP on any charge before any competent body arising from incident or incidents related to the performance of official duty, by Representative Vargas.
The Committee on Justice, the Committee on
House Bill
National Defense and Security, and the Committee on Public Order and Safety.
House Bill 5194, providing for the lifetime validity of PWID issued to persons with permanent disability, by Representative Vargas.
Special Committee on Persons with Disabilities.
House Bill 5195, establishing tricycle driver training and motorist awareness programs, by Representative Vargas.
Committee on Transportation.
House Bill 5196, providing for mandatory insurance coverage and benefits and hazard pay for journalists, employee of media entities on field assignments, and freelance journalists, by Representative Ataide.
Committee on Labor and Employment.
House Bill 5197, requiring commercial establishments and public institutions to use appropriate filtering devices and firewalls that will restrict children's access to harmful materials, defining for that purpose offenses related thereto, by Representative Ataide.
To the Committee on Welfare of Children.
House Bill 5198, exempting educational applications, gadgets, computers, and e-books from VAT for the principal use of teachers and students in online and distant learning, by Representative Ataide.
Committee Ways and Means.
House Bill 5199, authorizing the conversion of Daang Bakal Street in San Mateo Rizal into a national road, by Representative Garcia Jose Arturo.
To the Committee on Public Works and Highways.
House Bill 5200, establishing apex hospitals in every region of the country, by Representative Tan Keith Micah.
Committee on Health.
House Bill 5201, providing for the Magna Carta of the out-of-school youth, by Representative Tan Keith Micah.
To the Committee on Youth and Sports Development.
House Bill 5202, integrating environmental protection education, entrepreneurship education, reproductive health and population education, and drug prevention education in the curriculum of elementary and high school, by Representative Barbers.
The Committee on Basic Education and Culture.
House Bill 5203, converting the municipality of Ubay and Bohol into a component city to be known as the Science City of Ubay by Representative Aumentado.
Committee on Local Government.
House Bill 5204, granting legislative franchise to Davao Occidental Electric Cooperative to construct, install, establish, operate, and maintain a distribution system for the conveyance of electric power to the end users in the entire province of Davao Occidental by Representative Bautista.
To the Committee on Legislative Franchises.
House Bill 5205, establishing the National Framework for Water Resource Management and creating the Department of Water Resources and the Water Regulatory Commission by Representative Roque.
To the Committee on Government Reorganization and the Committee on Public Works and Highways.
House Bill 5206, writing off all land amortizations, including interest and emancipating farmers and agrarian reform beneficiaries by Representatives Brosas, Castro France, and Manuel.
The Committee on Agrarian Reform.
House Bill 5207, creating 3 additional municipal trial court in City Station in San Carlos City, Pangasinan in the 1st Judicial Region by Representative Arenas.
To the Committee on Justice.
House Bill 5208, creating the 6th Sharia Judicial District in the NCR, creating 1 Sharia District Court to be stationed in the City of Manila, and 3 Sharia Circuit Courts to be stationed in the City of Manila, Taguig, and Quezon City by Representative Adjong.
To the Committee on Justice.
House Bill 5209, providing for the establishment of Philippine e-libraries facilities in every congressional, city, and municipal public libraries and barangay reading centers by Representative Adjong.
The Committee on Basic Education and Culture.
House Bill 5210, adjusting the monthly pension and disability benefits of retirees of the DFA by Representative Violago.
To the Committee on Foreign Affairs.
House Bill 5211, establishing evacuation centers in every city and municipality by Representative Violago.
To the Committee on Disaster Resilience.
House Bill 5212, increasing the discount rate and exempting from the VAT the monthly electric and consumption granted to senior citizens by Representative Violago.
To the Special Committee on Senior Citizens.
House Bill 5213, lowering the optional retirement age of government workers from 60 years to 56 years by Representative Violago.
Committee on Government Enterprises and Privatization.
House Bill 5214, amending sections 48, 77, 176, 181, 194, and 238 of the Insurance Code by Representative Domingo.
The Committee on Banks and Financial Intermediaries.
House Bill 5215, extending the existing franchise of the Leyte to Electric Cooperative, Inc. to construct, install, establish, operate, own, manage, and maintain distribution systems for the conveyance of electric power to the end users in Tacloban City and municipalities of Babatngon and Palo Leyte by Representatives Romualdez Ferdinand Martin, Romualdez Yeda Marie, Asidre De Jesus, and Dagook.
To the Committee on Legislative Franchises.
Resolutions. House Resolution 421, honoring Narciso Calayag, Jefferson's Reaksyon, Marvin Bartolome, George Agustin, and Troy Justin Agustin from the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office of the Province of Bulacan, and expressing the profound sympathy and condolences of the House to their families by Representatives Romualdez Ferdinand Martin, Libanan, Dalipe, Marcos, Romualdez Yeda Marie, and Asidre.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 422, strongly urging the House to increase the fiscal year 2023 budget of the Philippine Sports Commission to ensure full support to our athletes participating in international competitions and the development of grassroots sports by Representative Matugas.
To the Committee on Appropriations.
House Resolution 423, strongly urging the House to increase the budget of the CHED for fiscal year 2023 to accommodate new applicants to the Tertiary Education Subsidy Program by Representative Matugas.
To the Committee on Appropriations.
House Resolution 424, strongly urging the House to increase the fiscal year 2023 budget of the Philippine Coast Guard to support its land mobility requirements by Representative Matugas.
Committee on Appropriations.
House Resolution 425, strongly urging the House to increase the fiscal year 2023 budget of the Surigao del Norte State University to assist in its Typhoon Odette recovery by Representative Matugas.
To the Committee on Appropriations.
House Resolution 426, strongly urging the House to increase the fiscal year 2023 budget of the DOT in order to develop a competitive, environmentally sustainable, and socially responsible tourism industry by Representative Matugas.
The Committee on Appropriations.
House Resolution 427, expressing profound sympathies and sincerest condolences of the House on the death of 5 members of the Bulacan PD RRMP who died in the line of duty during the onslaught of Typhoon Carding on September 26, 2022, and honoring their heroic contribution to the country by Representatives Yap Eric, Duterte, Yap Edvic, Tulfo Jocelyn Soriano, and Tulfo Ralph Wendell.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 428, commending and honoring the extraordinary heroism of 5 members of Bulacan Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction Management Office who died in the line of duty during the onslaught of Super Typhoon Karding, and expressing profound condolences and deepest sympathies of the House to the bereaved families by Representative Villanueva.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 429, expressing profound condolences of the House on the passing of the 5 members of Bulacan's Disaster Risk Reduction Management Office during Bagyong Karding, and recognizing their service to the Filipino people by Representative Cruz Ambrosio.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 430, investigating the degradation of the Sierra Madre Mountains and how it shall be protected by Representative Barzaga.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 431, urging the DOT, DTI, DOTR, concerned LGUs, and private stakeholders to jointly conduct a study on the viability of imposing price control on all tourism-related products and services, and also to come out with a specified rates on the same by Representative Aumentado.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 432, honoring and commending the heroism and bravery of the 5 rescuers from PDRRMO in Bulacan who sacrificed their lives in the line of duty in order to save lives and live up to their sworn duties of serving and protecting the community by Representatives Suan, Unabia, and Emano.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 433, strongly urging the House to increase the fiscal year 2023 budget of the SUCs in Mindanao to ensure accessible, quality, and relevant tertiary education to Mindanaoans by Representative Matugas.
Committee on Appropriations.
House Resolution 434, urging all public and private financial institutions to effect a moratorium on the payment of debts, as well as the imposition of interest, penalties, and similar charges on financial obligations of affected private persons and public corporations in order to ease the burden of our countrymen in the areas of Luzon affected by Super Typhoon Karding by Representative Ginto.
The Committee on Disaster Resilience.
House Resolution 435, expressing the sincere condolences and profound sympathy of the House on the passing of George, Troy, Marby, Narciso, and Gerson of the Bulacan PDRMO who died during a rescue operation at the height of Super Typhoon Karding by Representative Ginto.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 436, resolution congratulating and commending Filipino athlete Carlos Yulo for capturing a gold medal in the floor exercise event in the 55th All Japan Seniors Championship by Representatives Nograles, Margarita Ignacia, and Ginto.
To the Committee on Youth and Sports Development.
House Resolution 437, deeply expressing profound condolences to the bereaved families and to posthumously accord highest commendation to those who perished while performing their heroic and solemn duties in the rescue operations at the height of Super Typhoon Karding by Representative Ataide.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 438, honoring the exemplary sacrifices of the 5 rescuers who aided residents in the typhoon-hit municipalities of Bulacan, in the process exposing themselves to extreme danger and unfortunate death by Representative Silverio.
The Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 439, requesting an immediate assistance from the national government for the 4 municipalities in the 3rd District of Bulacan who were badly hit by Typhoon Karding by Representative Silverio.
To the Committee on Disaster Resilience.
House Resolution 440, recognizing and congratulating Jesus is Lord Church for celebrating its 44th founding anniversary on October 29, 2002 by Representatives Macapagal Arroyo, Ungab, Libanan, Recto, and Mendoza.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 441, expressing the profound condolences of the House to the family of Mr. Ambrosio S. Martinez, father of Honorable Eric M. Martinez, representative of the 2nd Legislative District of Valenzuela City, by Representatives Romualdez Ferdinand Martin, Dalipe, Libanan, Marcos, Romualdo Sieda Marie, and Asidre.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 442, expressing profound sympathies and sincerest condolences of the House on the demise of the 5 rescuers who died in the line of duty during Typhoon Karding by Representative Tambunting.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 443, honoring the unwavering dedication and extraordinary heroism of George, Troy, Marby, Gerson, and Narciso Calayag for making the supreme sacrifice to ensure the safety of their fellow Filipino amidst the onslaught of the Super Typhoon Karding by Representative Recto.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 444, directing the Committees on Metro Manila Development, Local Government and Civil Service, and Professional Regulations to conduct an inquiry and clarify the employment status of the job order personnel in the MMDA by Representative Bosita.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 445, supporting the Philippine steel industry in promoting its growth, development, and modernization and the improvement of its standards by Representative Suarez and Villarasa Suarez.
To the Committee on Trade and Industry.
House Resolution 446, congratulating and commending Carlos Yulo for winning in the All Japan Senior Championships held in Tokyo on September 22, 2002 by Representative Gomez.
The Committee on Youth and Sports Development.
House Resolution 447, resolusyong nagpapahayag ng marubdob ng pakikiramay ng kapulungan ng kinatawan sa naulilang pamilya ni George, Troy, Marby, Narciso at Gerson na binawian ng buhay sa pagtupad ng tungkulin sa pananalasan ng Super Typhoon Carding at nagpupugay at kumikilala sa kanilang kabayanihan, katapangan at katapatan sa tungkulin by Representatives Domingo and Pancho.
To the Committee on Rules.
Bills on first reading. House Bill 5216, prohibiting education institutions from withholding the non-official records of students by reason of non-payment of tuition and other school fees by Representative Lacson.
To the Committee on Basic Education and Culture and the Committee on Higher and Technical Education.
House Bill 5217, reinstituting ROTC as a mandatory course for all college students by Representative Lacson.
The Committee on Basic Education and Culture and the Committee on Higher and Technical Education.
House Bill 5218, creating one additional division in the National Labor Relations Commission, increasing the number of commissioners from 23 to 26 by Representative Flores.
Committee on Labor and Employment.
House Bill 5219, creating additional divisions in the Court of Appeals, increasing the number of Court of Appeals justices from 69 to 78 by Representative Flores.
Committee on Justice.
House Bill 5220, instituting the Medical Reserve Corps by Representative Luistro.
To the Committee on Health.
House Bill 5221, providing for a new passport law by Representative Luistro.
Committee on Foreign Affairs.
House Bill 5222, regulating the use of treatment technology for municipal and hazardous waste by Representative Luistro.
Committee on Ecology and Committee on Energy.
House Bill 5223, creating the Department of Disaster Resilience by Representative Luistro.
Committee on Government Reorganization and Committee on Disaster Resilience.
House Bill 5224, converting the Balamban Extension Campus of the Cebu Normal University in Balamban, Cebu into a regular campus of the CNU to be known as the CNU Balamban Campus by Representative Garcia Pablo Jan.
Committee on Higher and Technical Education.
House Bill 5225, extending the coverage of and converting the Growth Equity Fund into the LGU's Full Devolution Gap Financial Fund by Representative Gomez.
The Committee on Local Government.
Resolutions. House Resolution 448, endorsing the implementation of the Panay, Guimaras, Negros Island bridges in accordance with the detailed engineering design as approved by the NEDA by Representative Plato.
Committee on Public Works and Highways.
House Resolution 449, directing the Committee on Natural Resources to conduct an investigation on the threats to preservation of the Sierra Madre Mountain Range caused by harmful human activities by Representative Ginto.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 450, commending the bravery and heroism of 5 rescuers of the Bulacan Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction Management Office and honoring them for their invaluable and selfless service to the country and the Filipino people by Representatives Robes, Domingo, Pancho, Villarica, Cruz, Ambrosio, Plato, and Vergara.
Committee on Rules.
House Joint Resolution Number 10 to allocate additional funding for educational assistance under the Assistance to Individuals in Crisis Situations Program of the DSWD by Representatives Manuel, Castro Franz, and Brosas.
The Committee on Social Services.
House Joint Resolution Number 11, adopting the current structure of the PNP, including the pay and allowances of PNP personnel, and approving the promotion to the next higher ranks of all third-level Police Commission officers designated to various positions under the current structure by Representatives Romualdez Ferdinand Martin and Delipe.
The Committee on Public Order and Safety.
Additional reference of business, messages from the Senate. Message dated September 28, 2022, informing the House of Representatives that on even date, the Senate approved the Conference Committee report of the Bicameral Conference Committee on the disagreement provisions of Senate Bill number 1310 and House Bill number 14, entitled An Act Requiring the Registration of Subscriber Identity Module.
To the Committee on Rules.
Message dated September 28, 2022, informing the House of Representatives that on even date, the Senate approved the Conference Committee report of the Bicameral Conference Committee on Desegregating Provisions of the Senate Bill number 1306 and House Bill number 4673 entitled An Act Postponing the December 2022 Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan Elections Amending for the Purpose, Republic Act number 9164 as amended, appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes.
To the Committee on Rules. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, under the calendar of business for the day, I move that we consider House Bill number 3622 as contained in Committee Report number 51 and direct the Secretary General to read the said measure. So move.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the Secretary General is hereby directed to read the title of the committee report.
House Bill 3622, an act extending the life of the Philippine Aerospace Development Corporation by another 50 years, amending for the purpose Presidential Decree number 286, as amended, entitled Authorizing the Creation of a Philippine Aerospace Development Corporation, appropriating funds therefor and for other purposes.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to open the period of sponsorship and debate.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the sponsorship and debate is open.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the chairperson of the Committee on Government Enterprises and Privatization, the Honorable Edwin Olivares of the 1st District of Parañaque, be recognized to begin his sponsorship of the measure.
Congressman Edwin Olivares of Parañaque is recognized.
Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, magandang gabi po sa atin lahat. We are happy to report as chairperson of the Committee on Government Enterprises and Privatization, House Bill number 3622, an act extending the life of the Philippine Aerospace Development Corporation, or the PADC, by another 50 years, amending for the purpose Presidential Decree 286 as amended, entitled Authorizing the Creation of a Philippine Aerospace Development Corporation, appropriating funds thereof, and for other purposes. This is principally authored by our former Speaker, Lord Alan J. Velasco, and Deputy Speaker Christine Singson Mihan. House Bill 3622 has a singular purpose: to ensure that the life of a profitable and vital component of the development of the country's aviation industry, the Philippine Aerospace Development Corporation, a government-owned corporation, is extended upon its termination on September 5 of next year, or 2023, the 50th anniversary of its creation by virtue of Presidential Decree number 286 dated September 5, 1973. The Philippine aviation industry, we are proud to relay that the Philippine Aerospace Corporation has a solid track record of undertaking research and application on latest innovation in the aviation and aerospace industry. The PADC has a pool of Filipino engineers and technicians who had been doing for local and foreign airlines maintenance, repair, and modification and operation of air transport services. The services of the PADC provides to its clients consistently meets the needs of the Philippine civilian and commercial aviation industry and the aircrafts of the Department of the National Defense, the Philippine Air Force, and other branches of the security sector, essential in promoting the country's self-reliant defense posture to enhance air power to counter internal and external threats to the national security. Mr. Speaker, this representation would like to move to adopt this explanatory note and sponsorship message, and so I move. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no member who wishes to interpolate the sponsor, I move that we terminate the period of sponsorship and debate.
The period of sponsorship and debate is closed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we open the period of amendments.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, motion is approved.
Mr.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no member who wishes to introduce committee nor individual amendments, I move that we close the period of amendments.
Period of amendments is closed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we vote on second reading House Bill number 3622 as contained in Committee Report number 51.
There is a motion to approve House Bill number 3622. All those in favor, please say aye. And all those against, say nay. House Bill number 3622 is approved on second reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we consider House Bill number 5087 as contained in Committee Report number 52 and request the Secretary General be instructed to read the title of the bill.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, motion is approved. The Secretary General is directed to read the title of the House Bill.
House Bill 5087, an act mandating the integration of the National Building Code of the Philippines under Republic Act number 6541, entitled An Act to Ordain and Institute a National Building Code of the Philippines, as a major subject in the curriculum of the Bachelor of Science degree programs in Civil Engineering, Mechanical Engineering, Electrical Engineering, Sanitary Engineering, Electronics Engineering, and Architecture, and its inclusion as a topic in the licensure examinations for these professions.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to open the period of sponsorship and debate.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the interpellation and debate is open. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the chairperson of the Committee on Higher and Technical Education, the Honorable Representative Mark Go of the Lone District of Baguio, be recognized to begin the sponsorship of the measure.
Happy birthday, Congressman Mark Go. You are now recognized, Chairman.
Mr. Speaker,
Yes, but
I
Your
move
Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move with the suspension of the consideration of House Bill 5087.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, House Bill 5087 is suspended.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we consider House Bill number... Mr. Speaker, I move that we resume consideration of House Bill 5087 and recognize the Honorable Mark Go for his sponsorship.
Any objection? Hearing none, the Chairman of the Commission on Higher Education is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to move that the explanatory note of House Bill 5087 be adopted as my sponsorship message. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no member who wishes to interpolate the sponsor, I move that we terminate the period of sponsorship and debate.
Is there any objection? The chair is done. The period of sponsorship is now terminated. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we open the period of amendments.
Period of amendment is open. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no member who wishes to introduce committee nor individual amendments, I move that we close the period of amendments.
The period of amendment is closed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we vote on second reading House Bill number 5087.
There is a motion for the approval of House Bill number 5087. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those against, please say nay. House Bill number 507 is now approved on second reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we consider House Bill number 5110 as contained in Committee Report number 53 and direct the Secretary General to read the title of the bill.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, motion is carried. The Secretary General is now directed to read the title of the proposed House Bill.
House Bill 5110, an act strengthening the conservation and protection of Philippine cultural heritage through cultural mapping and an enhanced cultural heritage education program, amending for the purpose Republic Act number 10066, otherwise known as the National Cultural Heritage Act of 2009.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to open the period of sponsorship and debate.
The sponsorship and debate is now open. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the chairperson of the Committee on Basic Education and Culture, the Honorable Representative Roman Romulo of the Lone District of Pasig, be recognized to begin his sponsorship of the measure.
Congressman Romulo is now recognized by Zoom. Congressman Romulo, you are now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Majority Leader, to my esteemed colleagues. Magandang gabi po sa ating lahat. It is my honor to sponsor House Bill number 5110 as contained in Committee Report number 53, amending Republic Act 166, otherwise known as the National Cultural Heritage Act of 2009. It has always been the objective of members of this House that we foster patriotism, nationalism, and it has always been the mood of the members of the House that an effective way of doing this is for us to be able to preserve our cultural heritage. The amendments proposed to the current law has those objectives in mind. In fact, it also mandates the institutionalization of cultural mapping by our local government units. I ask that all members support us in this amendatory law, and I submit to this August body. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Madam Floor Leader.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no member who wishes to interpolate the sponsor, I move that we terminate the period of sponsorship and debate.
Is there any objection? There is none. Motion is approved. The period of sponsorship is hereby terminated. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we open the period of amendments.
Period of amendments is open. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no member who wishes to introduce committee nor individual amendments, I move that we close the period of amendments.
Period of amendments is now closed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we vote on second reading House Bill number 5110.
There is a motion to approve House Bill number 5110. All those in favor, please say aye. All those against, please say nay. House Bill number 5110 is now approved on second reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the omnibus consideration and approval of the following bills. House Bill number 5167 as contained in Committee Report number 56. House Bill number 5168 as contained in Committee Report number 57. House Bill number 5169 as contained in Committee Report 58. House Bill number 5170 as contained in Committee Report number 59. House Bill number 5171 as contained in Committee Report number 60. House Bill number 5172 as contained in Committee Report number 61. House Bill number 5173 as contained in Committee Report number 62. And House Bill number 5174 as contained in Committee Report number 63, and request the Secretary General be instructed to read the title of the bills.
There is a motion to approve the aforementioned House Bill and directed the Secretary General to read the title of all the aforementioned House Bill.
House Bill 5167, an act declaring the Tugonan Waterfalls located in Barangay San Lorenzo, Municipality of Prosperidad, Province of Agusan del Sur, an ecotourism site. House Bill 5168, an act declaring the immediate environs of the National Shrine for Our Mother of Perpetual Help, popularly known as the Baclaran Church, located along Ross Boulevard, Parañaque City, a heritage site and tourist destination. House Bill 5169, an act declaring Mount Arayat, located along the borders of the municipalities of Arayat and Magalang, Province of Pampanga, an ecotourism destination. House Bill 5170, an act declaring the Luzon Datum, located in Barangay Hinangayon, Municipality of Bongbong, Province of Marinduque, a tourist spot. House Bill 5171, an act declaring the Cebu Safari and Adventure Park, located in Barangay Corte, Municipality of Carmen, Province of Cebu, a tourism destination. House Bill 5172, an act distinguishing the Dao tree located within the secondary forest in the Integrated Forest Management Agreement area of Ipilais Ranch, Bong, Barangay Cugman, Cagayan de Oro City as the Cagayan de Oro Heritage Tree and declaring it a tourist attraction. House Bill 5173, an act declaring the Gisaugon Eco Adventure Park located in Barangay Gisaugon, Municipality of St. Bernard, Province of Southern Leyte, a tourism destination. House Bill 5174, an act declaring the Pasig Islet located in Barangay Bato, Municipality of Santa Cruz, Province of Davao del Sur, an ecotourism site.
Majority Leader,
Mr. Speaker, I move to open the period of sponsorship and debate.
the sponsorship speech now is open and debate. Majority Leader,
Mr. Speaker, I move that the explanatory notes on the said measures be considered as a sponsorship speech.
is there any objection? Motion is carried. Majority Leader,
Mr. Speaker, there being no member who wishes to interpolate, I move that we terminate the period of sponsorship and debate.
the period of sponsorship and debate is closed. Majority Leader,
Mr. Speaker, I move that we open the period of amendments.
period of amendments is now open. Majority Leader,
Mr. Speaker, there being no member who wishes to introduce committee nor individual amendments, I move that we close the period of amendments.
period of amendments is now closed. Majority Leader,
Mr. Speaker, I move for the omnibus approval of House Bill numbers 5167, 5168, 5169, 5170, 5171, 5172, 5173, and 5174.
there is a motion to approve this omnibus motion, this House Bill number 5167, 5168, 5169, 5170, 5171, 5172, 5173, 5174, and all those who are in favor, please say aye. And those who are against, please say nay. The omnibus motion is now approved on second reading. Majority Leader,
Mr. Speaker, I move that we adopt House Resolution 421 in consolidation with House Resolutions 414, 416, 427, 428, 429, 432, 435, 437, 438, 442, 443, 447, and that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of said resolution.
is there any objection? Hearing none, the Secretary General now can read the title of the proposed resolution.
House Resolution 421, Resolution honoring Narciso Calayag, Gerson Resurrection, Marby Bartolome, George Agustin, and Troy Agustin, the 5 rescuers from the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office of the Province of Bulacan, who perished while in the performance of their duty during the onslaught of Super Typhoon Carding, and for their heroism, patriotism, bravery, and dedication to public service, and expressing the profound sympathy and condolences of the House of Representatives to their families.
Majority Leader,
Mr. Speaker, I move that we adopt House Resolution 421.
there is an proposed adoption of House Resolution number 421. Those who are in favor, please say